Hey everyone, it's Lisa from Arcane and Stellar, and today we've got a 6-pile pick a card reading. So this pick a card reading is going to be about a 3-month prediction. So what's going to happen in your life over the next 3 months, what's going to be a prominent theme, what can you kind of expect. So basically it's going to be kind of like a summer 2019 reading. And so we've got 6 piles as you can see. And the timestamps will be down below in the description box in the comments section. So go ahead and pause the video and take your pick. See you in the next video, guys. Hello, pile number 1. So, I totally recorded this and it cut me off, and so now I have to re-record it. And hopefully I don't go over the 10-minute mark. So, what's going to be happening for you over the next 3 months? Kind of like your summer to 2019 kind of forecast. So what kind of major themes? I'm just looking for like the major themes, something that's going to be really affecting you. And maybe a few little minor things here with the T cards. Little things that will be happening. So we have the 9 of Wands, Temperance, and the 4 of Swords. So I think that many of you are going to begin in the first part of this period are going to feel really overwhelmed, almost to the point of like giving up and just feeling completely overburdened by something in your life. And I do have some ideas about this, which I'll get into, but I think that mainly it's going to be about, I feel like many of you have been either working too hard, just putting so much effort into something that just isn't bringing reward. And I do feel like many of you have kind of possibly even lost touch with yourself. And kind of, because we have the Starseed card over here, and it's like, what lights you up? And I have a feeling that many of you aren't even quite sure what lights you up anymore. I think that many of you have just been like kind of grinding through life, trying to get everything done. And you sort of fell into a cycle of some kind where you're feeling frazzled. And many of you probably don't even know what lights you up. And I do feel like many of you are having some depression. Because we do have Vulture. It says depression, anxiety, and worry that someone is against you. And I do feel like that many of you are feeling that way. You're feeling anxious. You're feeling overwhelmed. And you just don't know, what's going on with yourself. You just don't know what's going on. But the good news here is that you do have the 4 of Swords and Temperance here. So Temperance is about the blending of opposites, the blending of something, the alchemy of combining something. And it's that balance card and that calm card. It's about trying to, combine something in a way that, brings balance. And so many of you might be really focusing in the next few months over how to bring more balance into your life. Perhaps, as an example, if your work and your home life have been all, screwed up, and one's suffering, there's going to be a real focus over these next few months of trying to balance that out. It doesn't only have to be, work, home. It could just be like maybe your home life is crazy. If you're like, for instance, a stay-at-home parent or something, it could be that your home life has just been crazy and you haven't had any me time, any time to yourself. You might feel overburdened. You just really need to take that time to rest and relax and find yourself again. Because I do feel like many of you with this What Lights You Up card have kind of lost that connection with yourself. You want to do something, but you just don't know what it is. We have let go of control issues, and some of you may be a bit controlling. And when I say controlling, what I mean is that, like, you want everything to be done the right way. You have so many different tasks to do, and you may get really anxious about not having things done. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, if, for instance, let's go with the stay-at-home parent type of situation. It could be that, you're like, you get like bogged down by like laundry and paying bills and running errands and taking the kids there and doing this and doing that. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, and if you're not, you know, a parent or anything like that, I mean, it could apply in many different ways. It could be that you're overburdened by school work or life choices that you have to do or work. You know, it can be all kinds of different things. But I do feel like there's definitely an issue of trying to control it, trying to get a lot done. And it's just not serving you. It's not bringing you balance in your life, which you're going to be searching for. And perhaps some of you aren't being patient about things in your life that you want to happen. And maybe it's because you think if it doesn't come right away that it's not going to come at all. You know what I mean? Like maybe you're a bit impatient about things. But this is telling you to be patient, and I think you will be focusing more on being patient with this Temperance and Four of Swords card. So like those things that you haven't let go of, when you don't want to let go or let go of control of like timing, for instance, and realize that just things happen in perfect timing and you just gotta let it go. You know, I think you'll be discovering more about that. And then we have the oracle, so seek wisdom and guidance from elders. I do think that you guys will be, you know, finding people, you know, that help you in some way. We do have a deep friendship with someone of the same sex, so I do think there's going to be a friendship that is perhaps already in your life. It doesn't have to be new, but there will be a deepening of this friendship over the coming months, and they might have some really good advice for you in your life. And then we have a journey, so either physical or mental. So some of you may be taking a journey. That may be what the resting period's all about. You know, perhaps you're going to be taking your summer vacations, you know, during this time. Or perhaps if you're not going to be taking a physical journey, you are really going to be doing that, as I said, that mental work, soul work, where you're really trying to discover yourself more. And this is going to be, I think, more mundane. It's diamond. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. So I do think that many of you will be giving something precious to somebody, or you'll be receiving something precious. And when I say precious, I mean either financially precious or emotionally precious. You might be making something very important for somebody that takes a lot of your time and effort. Or you could have, you know, spent a lot of money on something for a gift. Or some of you may have birthdays that are coming up over the summer, and you will be receiving some, you know, precious gift, something that's important to you, whether it's financially amazing or emotionally amazing. Gavel, involvement with the law. So some of you might have some kind of involvement with the law. I'm sorry, that sounds vague. If that sounds vague. Some of you are involved with, maybe you work, maybe some of you have been overwhelmed by, when we talk about law, it can talk about many different things. It could talk about, well, it's the literal law, or it could talk about justice in general. Being worried about laws. Perhaps some of you are really worried about something. Like, for instance, there'll be some kind of news story that's really bugging you. Something that's, you know, that you feel isn't just, or you want to bring some kind of justice to, you know, in your life or in the world. But like I said, that's gonna resonate differently with a lot of different people. And I think it's more of a mundane message than a really strong energy. Oh, and also we have the Sacred Earth Mother, which is an amazing card. I want to pull out this guidebook because it's a reminder about having unlimited potential that yearns to be expressed and fulfilled. Your potential is your destiny, and it waits your call. Trust your heart and apply its love and wisdom to all that you do. In this way, all you create or do will be a true expression of your soul. It is through expressing your truth that you create things of lasting value, and be true to yourself. So we basically, you know, I do think that you're going to be rediscovering over these next few months about who you truly are, and trying to find that inner peace in yourself, and letting go of some of this, you know, burdensome habits perhaps that you've had, or the burdens have been placed on you by others, and just turning yourself off kind of and tuning into yourself. So I really think that's going to be the theme for you, pile number 1, over the next 3 months. If this resonates with you, let me know, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys. Okay, so pile number 2, to those of you that chose pile number 2, what's going to be going on with you over the next 3 months? What is your prediction? We have the Wheel of the Year, the Moon, and the Six of Wands. That's interesting. You actually have 2 major arcana cards. So I do feel like that many of you are going to be having some really good stuff happening, I want to say. With the Wheel of the Year and the Six of Wands, there's definitely going to be some kind of a victory for you, especially maybe towards the end of this period. You're going to be victorious in something. And what do we have over here but victory in some endeavor? So there's definitely going to be some victory in your life. The Wheel of Fortune talks about luck, right? It can be about things going in your favor. So something that, goes in your favor. And what do we have? 4-leaf clover, good fortune. So definitely, I feel like you're going to be running into some luck. Money or property through inheritance, winning, or windfall. So I do feel like you guys, if you are the gambling type, you might want to try a little bit of that. Even if you're not, I think you have the chance to get some good things coming to you. You're going to be extra lucky during these months, I think. And although we have another wheel here that, it's indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. So I do feel that some of you are feeling, okay, and this is I think there are a few cards here and I'm going to get into them now about maybe the more downsided stuff of this reading. So let's see, we have the moon, and the moon talks about it can talk about the subconscious, but it can also talk about deception, what you're not seeing clearly in your life. And with this wheel here, we have indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. So I do feel that some of you may feel a little bit in the dark, perhaps, about what you want to do. There might be some indecisiveness, not kind of knowing which direction to go. The moon can kind of be confusing energy sometimes, emotional energy. So there might be these emotions going back and forth, especially revolving around finances and career. I do feel that many of you are going through a period in your life where you're just not sure what you're doing. And, there is a period of frustration, lessons to be learned. So I think you are going to have a little bit of a period during this time when you're feeling a little bit frustrated about this. But the good news is there's a victory right after this. So I do feel like that you're going to be able to uncover what you need. It may be through advice from a friend. That could be helpful. And also letting go a little bit here with this play card. It says, have fun, celebrate, and don't be so serious. So I wouldn't get too worried about this energy. I do think that you're going to be having a lot of fun, and overall it's a very good energy for the next 3 months. But again, with this moon card, it can be about being confused. And like I said, with that indecisiveness, not knowing kind of where you want to go, what you want to do. You might have a lot of options that just, you can't, they're just on the surface, they seem good, but maybe underneath you're not sure about it. And you just might be feeling a little bit blocked in that way. But some of you may be actually trying to get involved in more intuitive type of careers, perhaps. Perhaps you're trying to, get into something that's more intuitive, maybe you want to read tarot cards, or maybe you want to learn Reiki, or, you know what I mean? It could be a bazillion different things, but just things that use more intuition and creativity with the moon. And maybe you're not sure, how that's going to work financially, and is it really the thing it's frustrating because it's not happening, and you're I don't think it's going to work, but I really want to do this. But I think that, if that's the case, I mean, it could relate to other things. So I do feel generally in your career and your finances, that's going to be a big focus for you. And there may be a little bit of, confusion or deception in this department. We have engagement. So we do have your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. For many of you in relationships, maybe it will kind of go to the next level, or at least stay the same. I do think, though, if you're not with anyone, I don't think you're going to be getting engaged. I think it's just going to be more maybe engaging with other people, but it's going to be, I think, more of a finance and career focus for you. we have remembrance, so resurfacing of past feelings and emotions, which is about, let's see here, we have, yeah, this card signifies that past feelings and emotions are resurfacing from deep within you, and you may find yourself on an emotional roller coaster over the coming days. Do not fight it. This is all fine. It's important to occasionally remember and honor your past, for it's part of you, part of your soul's journey. Yet remember to honor every part of it, regardless of whether you perceive some parts to be good or bad, for in some way every experience has helped you to expand your understanding and appreciation of life. So, occasionally reflecting on the past is healthy, just as giving some thought to your future is wise. However, excessive preoccupation with either only serves to rob you of the present moment, and that serves no real purpose. So, I do think that many of you will be a little bit maybe nostalgic this summer. Maybe go through some periods of nostalgia. But that might be a good thing. It might help you. Actually, you know, for some of you, you might use this nostalgia to really uncover something about yourself that helps you move forward and give you that victory. I think for some of you that could be the case. But yeah, I do think that there's going to be a lot of play and a lot of good stuff for you. Like with this money and the good luck card, I think you're going to feel pretty lucky in general. Any confusing energies are going to be pretty brief, because at the end you do have the Six of Wands and victory in some endeavor. So you'll be victorious, and you're going to have a friend that can give you some good advice. And like I said, I think this is just a period of frustration. It's just a period. It's just a short time of being frustrated, you know. And you'll learn the lesson and then you'll move on. But I think overall the next 3 months for you are going to be really great. So if that resonated with you, let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. So hello to those of you that have chosen pile number 3. And guys, you guys have a really good reading. You have the Six of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Three of Wands. And you have some, I don't even think you have a single bad T card here, actually. I think this is one of the better readings of this bunch. So, the Six of Wands, you're going to have some kind of victory or success over the next 3 months. You're going to be recognized for something. Probably, and whether it's we do have honor and respect will come to you along with the Six of Wands. So I definitely feel as if something, you're going to get recognition for something, whether it's like a little award or maybe a pat on the back from somebody you know admire a lot or look up to. It's going to be some kind of honor that you'll be bestowed, and I think it's something that you probably worked hard for in some way. And let's see. Yeah, and then we have the Ace of Swords, and it can talk about something that happens very quickly. So like a sudden development, a quick idea, a new idea, something done quickly, as I said. And Three of Wands. So some of you, I feel as if you might even, some of you might get like an unexpected, out of the blue offer to travel somewhere. Just saying. We have new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. And that's what Three of Wands is about. Three of Wands is about opportunities. It does relate to like career and business type of stuff. So I do feel that some of you might have some new opportunities to work. It might be in different places, you know, than you normally, in a different place than you currently live. And you may be thinking about that a lot. I think if you did, it's like a path of money is waiting for you to find it. So I do think if you took that opportunity, it would really help you get some money to make more money. We have love. So obviously love is going to be a focus here. We have a marriage will take place, either romantic or business. So I do feel like some of you could be getting married. Or maybe there's somebody else in your life getting married. Or, you know, we have the honeymoon card too, though. So some of you may really be getting married. Here we have flirt and honeymoon. So I do think that generally, if you're wondering about your love life, it seems to me that most of you probably have a stable love life. Or you might develop one anyways. But if you do travel, you might find the person that you want to be with. If you're single and say you get some kind of opportunity, take it, because I think that path will also lead you to like a soulmate of some kind. We have don't dim to fit in. So, you know, how are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So I think you do need to, you're going to be thinking about and you need to think about like how to be more authentic to yourself. And yeah, we have deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Oh. Yeah, so you have some success coming for you majorly over these next 3 months. I see it. Tree of Life, it's the first card of this deck actually, and it's about fertility, creativity, destiny, and magical blessings. This is a really good card actually. It's yeah, it says all your past experiences, all the knowledge you have gained, and all your previous work will now all come together to serve a higher, more heartfelt purpose. This is a period in which you truly are the master of your own destiny, a time where anything you would truly love to achieve or create is possible. So I definitely feel like many of you are going to be in a period where you have a lot of opportunities coming up over this next summer. And there may be some, I think whatever you choose is going to be successful. But I think you're going to have more than a few options actually. And I think that many of you might even make a decision, and you may not even see this decision quite yet. You won't even realize it will just happen like that. And next thing you know, you're going to be off somewhere doing something. Could be that you just get that spark and you're like, I'm going to take it. This opportunity. But yeah, whatever you do choose though is going to bring you some money. It's going to bring you a lot of bonuses. Like I said, and we have honor and respect will come to you. So I do feel like, yeah, you're going to be getting some kind of respect. You've put effort into something and it's going to pay off. For those, like I said, if you're wondering about your love life, if you're not in a relationship, I think you're going to have some good times. And I think you could even meet somebody that will bring you some love. I don't think you guys are going to get married. I mean, if you're not currently in a relationship, I don't think you'll get married over the summer. like that, like a whirlwind romance where you're married. But someone else might be, and you might be on the way to that. I do think that if you do travel, though, with this honeymoon card, you might meet somebody that's really important. That could turn it out to be somebody that's very important anyways. So, if that resonates with you, pile number 3, let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next reading. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, guys. Okay, so if you've chosen pile number 4, this is your reading for the next 3 months. So what's going to be happening to you over the next 3 months? What's your summer prediction? We've got the 8 of Cups, the World, and the 8 of Pentacles. So 2 8s there. So, let's see here. So I do think that you guys are going to be walking away from something over these next few months, probably more in the beginning of it. You may already even be in the process of letting go of something in your life. We have break the chain here. Ancestral patterns, healing, and rewriting the future. This could be, breaking a spiritual chain that is in you, like, that's been given to you from your parents, your ancestors in some way. But it could be relationships, for instance. If that's more relative to you, you deserve love. And I do think the really good news is that we have the World card, which is one of my favorite cards. And it also, number 1, talks about the completion of something, going, the full circle type of thing. So you may be completing a stage in your life where you're walking away from something and, you realize it's run its course in a way. But it leaves you wiser, right? Because the world is about a knowledge and success in some way. So it doesn't have to be necessarily a bad thing. We also have clouds, so it says temporary problems. So whatever this is, even if it doesn't feel good to walk away from it, it's just a temporary problem, and you are going to get past it. Let's see here. Some of you with the World card here could be traveling over these next few months. You might be, broadening your perspectives a little bit and getting out there and seeing what the world has to offer. I do see the 8 of Pentacles, so it's about working hard on something, doing repetitive work, really focusing on something. Let's see here what else we've got. We've got waiting for news, package, or letter. So it does seem like some of you might be waiting for something Maybe something's going to release in the summer and you really want it to get it. You can't wait for it to come out, for instance. It doesn't even have to be like a news package or letter. It could be like a new TV show series, like season or whatever. It could be something that you're really waiting for. And you're sitting there waiting for it, in an excited way. Could be that a book is going to get released. Like I said, it could be many different things. Could be waiting to hear back from somebody. We have 2 interesting cards here, which I want to get into, and we have Medusa, jealousy leads to downfall, and Peacock, beware of great pride. And I think these 2 are related. I do feel that some of you could be walking away from behaviors that you realize don't come from a good place. Perhaps it's been passed down to you, negative thinking that's been passed down to you that, comes from kind of maybe even a lack mentality, or a mentality that isn't actually good for you. I feel like you're actually a very loving person with this Gaia card here, and you want to share that love, but you have some blockages sometimes from your own, maybe it's your own insecurities. I'm not going to speak for you exactly what it could be. It could be insecurities that you've been given by from other people in your childhood, or somewhere deep down within you. And there may be a struggle of pride in trying to change for you. You might have some pride issues, but I think you're going to start to realize that jealousy and pride really don't benefit you in any way in life. And I feel like you're going to really come to some new understanding, and it's really going to free you from some beliefs that have held you down for a long time. And, like I said, it may even come from like a type of thing where, you feel kind of so bad about yourself in a way. Because when we think about it, like, why are we jealous of people? Jealousy, what is jealousy? It's wanting what somebody else has. But is it because you know you could have it, but you don't have it? Why don't you have it? Because do you not think you're capable of it? You could have it too. Do you know what I mean? Like, there are just some really interesting psychological ideas around jealousy that are very, important to kind of think about and identify. And I think that many of you might be, uncovering some of those, more negative sides of our personalities that we have, and, broadening up your perspectives in a lot of ways. And that's going to really start to bring you some light-hearted, carefree times, and some romance, celebration, and parties are going to be happening for you. So I do think that you're going to be opening up when you get rid of these things and you start battling those negative things within yourself, those patterns that have been passed down to you, kind of. You're really going to be opening up to new possibilities. Getting out more with people, having some romance, if, more romantic times, just generally way better times. But generally, any problems, it's a temporary problem. So if you do have any problems that are popping up, it's temporary. It'll pass. But I do see some breaking of the chains of some negative thought patterns, behaviors that hold you down, because you're coming to a realization that you do deserve love. We have, of course, the World card, and then we have Gaia, wisdom, knowledge, spiritual understanding. There's definitely going to be some spiritual growth for you over these next 3 months. Walking away from something and working on making yourself a better life, by getting rid of those, patterns that you have ingrained in you. But that's what I see for you, pile number 4. If that resonates with you, let me know, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Hey, so if you've chosen pile number 5, this is your reading. You have the 3 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and Page of Wands. And so this is going to be kind of your general energy for the next 3 months, and kind of, maybe the more important parts of what's going to be happening in your life. So excellent, guys. This is a good reading. So we have some new financial beginnings, this is going to be a period of you where you have a lot of good opportunities, especially if you work on anything where you're selling things, like for instance online to different places and different people. I think that if you started a business like that recently, you're definitely going to be doing well. It's going to be beginning, but you're going to start to see some first signs of stability from this, and some growth as well. And I do feel like you're going to be very passionate about it. The Page of Wands is a very passionate, young person in their endeavor. He's off, to go to the market and do his thing. And I do feel like that many of you are going to be feeling quite excitable about everything. You have some Nine of Hearts is a great card. It's a fulfillment, harmony, protection. This is about positive outcomes. So I do feel like, especially for those of you where you're trying to make some kind of new start, if you've been following a new opportunity, it's really going to be successful for you. We do have Eagle here as well, which is a triumph over troubles and obstacles. So if you've had any obstacles in the past, you're definitely going to be triumph. Oh my God, I cannot say that word. Let's just say you're going to be successful. Gosh. We have Cup. So you should accept valid criticism. Okay, but I think this might go with the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is a very positive card. But what could be the downfall is that, like, okay, for instance, we do have, like, okay, a Page of Wands could represent a fire sign, right? So what do fire signs, what do they not like? I can tell you, I'm a fire sign. I don't like being criticized. I hate it. I'm much more easier about it now that I'm way older. But when I was like in my, I would say even my 20s, even up to 30, I think I was quite, even still sometimes, but generally I let it go a lot easier. That took a lot of inner work though, I would say. Now I just kind of realize I try not to take things personally. It's my motto, not to take it. But I do think that you may get some valid criticism. And, this Page of Wands, be sure to take it in a lighthearted way if you do get any criticism. And try to apply it. Don't fall into a pattern of trying to be defensive. I know sometimes it sucks to get criticism. But it does look like this will be valid. So it will have some truth to it. And, accepting it will only help you. So just try to, if, I'm not even saying that this is a possibility. That's not even necessarily that you're going to be taking offense. I do think that you will get some criticism that will just help you. And it's up to you on how to take it. Maybe you're not this type of person that will take it badly. I'm just saying that it's a possibility. Just to be clear about that. We have Dark Man, dealings or relationship with a man with a dark complexion or hair. So you could be dealing with that, with a man like that. It could be related to these new opportunities that you're going to be having, or it could be that you're just in a relationship with somebody that fits that description. For the romance cards, we have keep an open mind and let your friends help you. So I do feel like, it says your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And yeah, ask and accept support from others. So I do think that maybe even this valid criticism could have to do with your love life. Perhaps you're going to have a new man in your life, and your friends may not really like him. And maybe you're like, no, he's awesome. I don't want to hear about it. He's freaking amazing. And they might be like, yeah, I don't think so. That may be something actually right here that you may have to keep an open mind about. Maybe this person who isn't all what they say they are. Do you know what I'm saying? And we do have someone new is entering your life. So I do feel like this is going to be a new person in your life popping up for many of you. So yeah, if you're not in a committed relationship right now, you may actually have someone that fits this, description of a darker man, darker hair or darker skin. coming into your life, and it might be someone new. And, you may get some criticism about this person. And I would suggest to you to keep an open mind about that, any criticism that you do get, and let your friends help you. They have your best interest at heart in general. I think in this situation, like I said, it's valid criticism, so it's not like they're pulling your leg or trying to mislead you in any way. They're trying to help you get the best life that you can. But yeah, I do feel like I said, if you're in some kind of business where you ship things somewhere, especially, I don't know, with this card I really get it because of the boxes and the ship and stuff. I do feel like you're going to really start to hit some kind of stability in that. If you have an idea about that and you're like, I want to make some kind of like maybe online business, or I want to sell something. Maybe you want to do some kind of craft sales or something like that, craft shows. This can bring you financial success, and it will give you you'll have a lot of passion about it, so you'll feel real good about it. And see, like, if it's something you're already kind of doing and you're developing, it says you're already doing that. Stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. So if there have been any doubts in your head, and then you have this Nine of Hearts here too, by the way, which is a great card. If you had any questions about your path and you're just not sure about it, you're like, I don't know if this business is right for me or this job, it is the right thing. It's going to bring you a lot of good things, I think. And as I said about the love aspect, if you do meet someone new in your life over these next 3 months, just be a little bit careful. And it may not even be that the person's not meant to be in your life. It might be some valid criticism that isn't like necessarily like a deal breaker. It might just be something, that's mentioned that is something to, look into. But yeah, that's what I see for you, pile number 5. Geez Louise. If that resonates with you, let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, so pile number 6, if you've chosen pile number 6, this is your reading and your prediction for the next 3 months. So basically, yeah, your summer 2019 kind of forecast here. So let's start. We have the 7 of Wands, the High Priest, the 6 of Cups, and the World. So we have some good cards generally. We have some negative T cards, and I'm going to get into that. So the first thing when I pulled all of these cards, the message that I got, like really the first thing that came to me, is that many of you are in a situation where you are clinging to the past ideas, and perhaps even like generational beliefs about yourself. You might be struggling with some like societal expectations as well, like what you think needs to be happening. Or you could even be bound somewhere by law. Okay, let's see here. Oh wait, I'm just going to say one thing that I just got out of this, and this is just, I don't know. I'm just going to say this. If you might be struggling with something over the summer. Okay, if you have children, and say you're in a relationship where you are divorced, or you have a situation where you've been divorced and you can't leave the area because of the children. For instance, you're not allowed to move out of the area. You have to stay in the same spot or something like that. I think you're really going to be struggling with this emotionally. And I don't know. I don't know, like, if there will be an outcome to that situation if that's the case. Like, I'm not sure. I'll keep reading. Okay, now that's just a message for some of you, very few of you. So, beyond that, let's go here. So we have the Axe, forces working against you. You have the 7 of Wands, it's about being defensive. I do feel like that many of you are going to feel, especially in the first part of this, period of 3 months, you're going to feel that things are just not going your way. You might feel like we have frying pan, trouble, and accusations. You feel like people are against you. There's some kind of accusations going on in your life. And they could be like of the legal nature, not necessarily legal. It could be like societal, like, you're not being responsible, or that's not the way you should be doing it. Things that really bug you. It could be coming from family members, I feel like, or people that are, been in your life for a very long time that, really have close ties to you in a meaningful way. it also could be your own perceptions about how you think the world should be. And I feel like you're going to be like fighting off these type of thoughts. It could even be your own self battling with what's responsible and right and what you want to do. So that's what I'm getting here. I do think that with the world, you're going to be getting some kind of new knowledge. And like with the children card, like I said, if you don't have children and you don't resonate with the very first message I said about, perhaps custody issues or, that are inhibiting you from living the life that you want, it could be, like I said, childhood programming type of stuff. And this is actually very similar to another pile. I think it was the first pile that I got. Not very similar reading, but I also saw something. I think it was the first or second pile. Gosh, I can't remember right now. But they also had something about, like, cutting off ancestral ties and, like, that type of stuff. In childhood problems. Unbound. So releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Yeah, jeez. Yeah, I do feel like that many of you you have some things in your life. If you weren't afraid, what would you do? Yeah, I have a feeling that many of you are really going to be working on letting go of some beliefs that don't serve you and people that don't serve you, people that keep you down and try to tell you how to live. Getting out of those negative places that they take you or that they keep you in. Could be a man. It says dealings or relationship with a man. So that could be, I see, and like I don't even get like love stuff out of this so much, exactly. I think it could be like, if you have like a father or something that is very like strict, you need to go do this and you need to do it that way and this is how, the XYZ, the ABC of getting through life. And you have to follow that path, and perhaps you've always felt like that's the way and you're battling either that person who might be causing a lot of trouble for you, like a fatherly figure. It could be other people. It could even be yourself. It doesn't have to be like the man. But it's like, you might feel like everything's working against you and nobody really approves of what you want to do. But the good news is that we do have the World, which is a great card. Generally, we have increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. So I do think that you're going to be getting past this situation. We have good advice from a wise person. That could be from a man too. Perhaps, there's a man in your life that could have some good advice. Or even perhaps in this case, it's your mother that's more of a harper than your dad. Or maybe you have, anybody in your family or any man that could maybe have some good advice for you. Could be someone you find on YouTube. Who knows? Or a book, even, written by a man. But yeah, if you weren't afraid, what would you do? That's the question I think that many of you are going to be like trying to find. What could you achieve, And this is about sticking to your goals. So if you're trying to achieve something now, you may run into some troubles over, the beginning period of these 3 months. You might be in them already right now, but I do want you to know that they're going to pass. I think that many of these troubles are probably, like, as I said, very psychological and kind of this, living in the idea of what society deems as right or good or what the people around you do. And it may be deep-seated type of ideas that are, deep within you. And so you even struggle with them yourself. And it's almost like their voices became your voice in the way you speak to yourself, if you get what I'm saying. So, yeah, but I do think that you're going to get past this. You're going to kind of, complete this cycle in some way. As long as you keep focused on your dream and keep focusing on it, and you're going to get there. So, that's what I see for you, pile number 6. If that resonates with you, if that message resonates with you, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.